You are live with Dr. Chapa. Good morning, good day, whatever time it is. You are tuned in to the Dr. Chapa Wellness Show. And you know what that means? You're about to be blown away with some more content that's going to shape, that's going to revolutionize, that's going to impact your world in all the ways you hoped it could. See, so many people today have symptom patterns they were not genetically born with. And what does that really mean? I've been saying it for years, but I don't think that I have really ever broke it down. Genetic symptom patterns. That means if you were born with a disease, odds are if your body can develop it, meaning you were born without the symptom, such as fatigue, headaches, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, over time, you develop into those spaces, you can undevelop those symptom patterns if you stop playing the game wrong. You see, many people have been brainwashed to believe that it's your genetics. Many people have been brainwashed to believe that there's no hope for why their body is suffering with so many symptom patterns that they just accept over-the-counter painkillers. They accept digestive acid blockers. So one of the things that I've found over the years is that you have to change how you approach your healthcare plan. And the way you do that is you start recognizing it and stop accepting that what symptoms you have are just a part of your foremost future. When I get people to buy into the idea that it's your life, your health, your choice, they begin to understand that they have to play an active role in their healthcare plan. And essentially, that's what I want people to grab hold of. I want people to be encouraged that they can take the bull by the horns. I want people to be encouraged that they can do something different to stop following the medical model and falling into the trap that age is more than just a number. You see, age is only a number and you don't have to accept it. You can look 15 years younger than you are. You can act 20 years younger than you are. You can have less joint pain than you do. You can have less symptom patterns. And simple but easy not to do is to drink more water. I know that sounds so silly and stupid, right? There's a PDF out there that you can get called Your Body's Many Cries for Water. I've been showing people this PDF for years, and this medical doctor goes around and he treats everything with water. Acid reflux, indigestion, hormone issues, infertility, sleep apnea, you name it. Just getting people drinking more water. How much water? 1 liter per 50 pounds of body weight. So that's approximately 32 ounces or a quart of water per 50 pounds of body weight. So if you're 150 pounds, that's 3 liters of water a day. That's 96 ounces a day. That's 3 quarts a day. Whatever crazy metric you're following, okay? So you're gonna follow this protocol tonight, and it's not just simply about water, but it is how we're going to get you from point A to point B. So if you're ready to tune in, we're going to dive right in. You're not dehydrated, your mineral levels are starved, and your body cannot get water alone. So this is where the magic is. It isn't just about water. How many times have people told you to drink more water? And yes, it does help. But what if you drink water and you can't get satisfied? What if you're thirsty all the time? Well, that means something. What if you have a metallic taste in your mouth? That means something. I had a patient today on detox tell me at 12 days in, all of a sudden, the food that I used to eat doesn't taste the same. Mineral levels dropped in that patient because they started detoxing some kind of chemical or metal. And when you detox metals, chemicals, and debris out of the system, guess what happens? You lose minerals. You lose B vitamins because it requires minerals and B vitamins and electrolytes to detox effectively. And detox is happening regardless if you're on a detox program or a cleansing program. But we enhance the effects of detox when we're actively participating in the detox game. 42 days a year of detox, your body will begin to shift and change, and it will drop an anchor of health into your longevity. It'll drop an anchor of health into your vitality. It'll drop an anchor of health into your vim, vigor, and vip, and how you want to live day in and day out so that you can be the best grandparent, the best parent, the best human you can be. That's what gets me fired up, and that's why I hope that you tune in and you share this message with your friends, family, and loved ones. So why water alone isn't enough? Have you ever finished an entire bottle of water and still feel exhausted or thirsty or feel just kind of like it didn't satisfy? That is an indication that something has gone awry. What if water isn't the problem? I know The Body's Many Cries for Water, Dr. Chapa, or that one cool book my mom was given in Arkansas when we were at a bathhouse, and the guy that was doing her massage said, have you ever read this book called You're Not Sick, You're Thirsty? I thought it was a great title, so I went and looked it up, and it's so easy. Drink more water. But it also talked about how we need to get our mineral levels balanced out. Do you get tired in the afternoon? That's a water problem. That's a mineral problem. That's an electrolyte problem. Do you have muscle cramps in your legs, feet, arms, hands? Eyelid twitching. Had a lady come in the other day. That was her number one complaint, eye twitching. You know what I told her? I said, hey, we can fix that because it's just minerals. The electrical energy in the muscles are down, and we've got to enhance how the body electrically operates day in and day out. So when we're looking at how the body manages symptoms, then we can pay attention to the symptoms you have and find the underlying issue. Brain fog, can't remember names, numbers, or words, or why you walked into the room. Come into the room and you said, gosh, I came in here for something. Or your loved ones are trying to start nudging you a little bit and saying, you okay? Like, you're like a little forgetful today, it looks like, or often these days. Poor sleep, can't fall asleep, can't stay asleep. Hey, this happens to me too. I was in the sun all day the other day, and I literally had to take not one scoop, but 2 scoops of magnesium in order to get my body just to shut my mind off. So the first magnesium I took was magnesium glycinate. Well, I was using that because I wanted the muscle recovery. I wanted the digestive support. I wanted the heart support. The second magnesium I took at about, I slept for about 2 hours, fell asleep great, but then I woke up at 1:30 and I couldn't go back to sleep. Took another scoop of the mag-threonate. Mag-threonate, you see, goes straight into the brain, crosses the blood-brain barrier. The brain loves it because it's got that nice, strong amino acid tied to it, and body just instantly shut down. I don't even remember the next 2-3 thoughts that I had. Headaches, oh my gosh. So many people get headaches in the temples. Ugh, that's brutal, especially if you're trying to focus. Sugar cravings, palpitations. These are indicators that your body is struggling in the mineral and B vitamin department, and your electrolytes are off, and your body is starting to cell signal you into, how do I hyperfuel sugar cravings? How do I deal with life when my heart is going pop, 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 or flip, flop, flip, flop? You got to listen to the different styles and patterns that people come in with, and you start realizing, by the way, cool thing we do at the office is a heart sound recorder. It's where we can look at B vitamins and minerals and phosphorus and calcium and see mitral valve activity, tricuspid valve activity. We can see aortic valve activity and pulmonic valve activity, and they relate to different systems in your body, and they relate to different nutritional deficiencies in your body. Somebody the other day goes, I don't think chiropractic is what I need. They have tons of back pain, and the times they've let me work on them, they do feel better. And the reality is, as I told her, you're right, you don't need chiropractic. However, you eat so much dairy products and sugar products and processed food and popcorn and garbage that you need chiropractic to buy me time to realign your spine and your nervous system so that we get good cell signaling to the organ systems in your body in order to get us further down the line until you're ready to make some lifestyle changes. And so in that case, we're using chiropractic as a neurological modality tool to regulate how the body systematically functions until the patient is ready for change. Because it's easy to do, I tell people all the time, but it's also unfortunately easy not to do, which is frustrating, and I know, but here's the reality. You're fighting it, I'm fighting it, we're all in this together, and we all have to work hard in order to maximize how we get through this thing called life. Most people think they're dehydrated because truly they don't drink enough water. I've had patients come in with a slew of symptoms, and genuinely they have 32 ounces of water in a day, and they're 180 to 215 pounds. I'm like, wow, we've got to figure this out. And if you're 215 pounds and I'm calling for a gallon of water and you've not used to drinking a gallon of water, I don't recommend going straight to a gallon of water. I would never do that to you. But what you may be missing is the mineral balance, the B vitamin balance, the essential fatty acid balance. So I always start at the basics. It's always a multivitamin, a multi-mineral, and an essential fatty acid. I should have brought them out. They're Energy Force, Mineral Force, and Omega Force. You can go to shop.justlivewell.com and you can buy it. And you will get a robust anti-inflammatory multi. You'll get a robust multi-mineral. You'll get a robust B vitamin full spectrum methylated support. You'll get a robust essential fatty acid blend that will cell signal, heal and seal the cell, and get cells to fire like they're supposed to. We'll put those fires out with just the basics. So if you do nothing, go to shop.justlivewell.com. Energy Force, you want it. Mineral Force, you need it. Essential fatty acids, you can't live without it. That's called the Omega Force. So there's your little sales pitch, right? So that's simple. If you do nothing, do at least that. And I know you think you can go to, the big box store and buy the big multi-vitamin, lifetime supply for $15, but guess what? That's a coal tar derivative. That is not the same thing that I'm trying to get you to take. I know what the label says. I look at it too, and I understand it's gluten-free, but the reality is quality does matter. 97.5% of every product on the market today is garbage. And I don't mean to be like trying to sell you on something, but I am going to tell you, you might as well get the bang for your buck, because I don't want you to think that vitamins and nutrients don't matter because you tried the right idea in the wrong format. It's like my Mac and my PC don't jive together. They're not friendly friends. They're foes, actually. So I have to make sure that everything is configured to the right hard drive. Your body needs certain types of nutrients, and fundamentally, like I mentioned earlier, magnesium glycinate is not the same as mag-threonate. And it's not your job to know the difference. You should be able to get all this from food, and God never intended for us to need nutrients. But I'm sorry, folks, we don't live in that culture no more. We're not in the Garden of Eden. We don't live east of Eden. I had a pastor, a good mentor, tell me one time, because I was so frustrated, because I don't want you to have to take vitamins the rest of your life. Hell, I don't want to take vitamins the rest of my life. But the reality is, I've accepted it, because I found that I do recover better. I do sleep better. I do have more mental clarity and more ability to push and go and push and go and push and recover and reboot and reset, even after just a quick nap, if I needed it on a weekend, or maybe even just a little downtime during the day where I can just take a step back, take my vitamins, and reset, reboot, go forward. So I could spend hours talking about this simple idea of food. As a matter of fact, one of the 30-day protocols that I built for email marketing way back in the day was literally a 35-day email campaign just teaching you everything about water. Because I need you to hear it every day. I need you to buy into this concept every day. You've got to do intracellular healing. So not to beat the dead horse, but we're gonna, because I want you to get it. That way you can't claim ignorance by the end of this talk. Even if you heard 4 seconds of it, you can't claim ignorance, because you know people that are struggling with constant fatigue, brain fog, and headaches. They can't get out of bed. They don't know what to do to function because they can't hold down a job. Muscle cramps at night so bad, or during the day, that they are laid on the ground in pain. I've seen videos, and as classes, we've laughed right up until you realize the doctor left these videos playing, and you realize these people are genuinely suffering. And the only silver lining is that it's not their heart that's seizing up. You understand what I'm trying to say? That means they're heart attack, or they have muscle cramps in their legs. Which one is better? A muscle cramp in your leg, right? A heart attack can be very life altering. And I want you to wake up to the idea that if you have symptom patterns like these, I am not making light of them. I want you to grasp hold of the concept that this is a cell signaling issue, and your brain and your heart are taking a hit, and your muscles are signaling to say, hey bro, I need you to pay better attention to what's happening down here, because I can't hold this thing together much longer. It's like Scotty from the Starship Enterprise. I know I'm dating myself, but my dad used to watch these sci-fi flicks all the time. I'm giving it all she's got, Captain. If I give her more, she's gonna blow. Yeah, that's everything, right? And you don't want your heart or your brain to blow. That is bad news bear. If you have anxiety, that's mineral glitches and B vitamin glitches, the fat soluble kind that allow your body to down regulate and to open up those cells and to regulate your blood pressure. I love talking about this stuff because I want you to grasp this. If you're dreaming at night, listen, God does communicate through dreams, and I'm a firm believer of that. But here's the reality. If you're dreaming every night, you're exhausted, tired more often than you're not, it's because you are minerally deprived and you're watching your brain take a bath. Sugar cravings, dizzy, dry skin. We already talked about heart palpitations. These are the classic mineral symptoms that a person has. Sounds kind of similar to the water, doesn't it? That's what I'm trying to get you to see. So the problem isn't that you're not drinking enough water. Maybe you are. I have to believe you when a patient tells me, Doc, I do drink plenty of water. There's no way, they say to me. And then I come back and say, well, that means your minerals are low. So we've got to get your intracellular mineral concentration right so that the body electrically attracts the inside of the cell with water. And then you don't feel that symptom pattern any longer. What are electrolytes? Minerals that carry electrical charge, simply put. Without electrolytes, your cells can't hydrate. They can't contract the muscles. You can't send nerve signals from the brain to the feet and toes to your nose. You can't produce energy from your ATP. There's going to be a glitch in the matrix. You've got to have access keys to get across these platforms in order to get the body to do what it's designed to do. Maintain blood pressure, kind of an important deal. How many people today are on not 1, 2, 3, 4 blood pressure medications and a diuretic? This is common knowledge that this is like a multivitamin in the medical industry today. Keep your heart beating normally, and electrolytes are going to be at the root of it. So sodium, potassium, magnesium, these could be the baseline electrolytes. Calcium, chloride, and phosphate, these are going to be baseline electrolytes. So I use electrolyte refresher drinks. I use multi-minerals. I use my wellness salt from Premier Research Labs. And why do I use that? You might like Baja Gold. You might like Redmond's. Just make sure the salt that you get is not from Poland or Germany, Pakistan. Most of those are garbage salts and highly processed. Make sure you don't use the little girl with the umbrella. She'll kill you. She ain't your friend. So make sure that you're using quality salts to get those electrolytes rich and dense in the body. But you can go to our office, shop.justlivewell.com. We got you covered. Okay, so electrolytes are a critical piece of my morning. I wake up every morning and I take in electrolytes. What water does is it hydrates the cell, but not by itself. You see, you have to have electrolytes and minerals and B vitamins at an intracellular level all working together. And so where do you get these? From real food. If you're eating foods with a label, if you're buying processed food, junk food, if you're eating candy bars or soda pops or energy drinks, guess what? You're asking for TROBLE, trouble. And it's the truth. And so we've got to get you understanding where you're lacking is in the B vitamin mineral department and electrolyte department, and that's why you're thirsty all the time if you're somebody that is drinking adequate water. Although I have seen people living on coffee and energy drinks, just 1 bottle of water a day, 1, maybe 2 bottles of water 2 days in a row before they come in for an adjustment, and they completely adjust differently than if they didn't do that. And it's fascinating. Every person that's been on my table and we've had this discussion, I've either fixed the minerals or fixed the water, but I got to get this under control or they don't get the benefits of just good health and they won't get longevity. They'll dry out like a desert. And if you've ever looked at the ground on a desert, it's all cracked, right? Well, let's not make sure that's not your face. Let's make sure that's not your cartilage. Let's make sure that's not your synovial tissues. Let's make sure that's not your ligaments or tendons. These are important if you want to move and groove. And what I always like to say is if the dude don't move, the dude don't groove. You know what I mean? Jelly bean? That's right. That's right. So you got to remember, I'm a dad of 4, and you got to have a lot of little dad jokes rolling around the head. So trace minerals matter. I have supported people with minerals every day in practice for years and years. It is the fundamental. I plug this into your body and your body performs at the cellular level. You need more minerals than you need, probably more water than you need, and more salts than you need. And interesting, zinc's at the top of my list. Why is that? 300 enzymatic functions. I could probably put the trace mineral magnesium and calcium at the top of the list because it's the most abundant minerals in the body. But it's fascinating. If I don't get your calcium, magnesium right, then your body's going to have all kinds of like noticeable soft tissue issues. But I don't get that zinc level right, I can't get digestion right. And if I can't get digestion right, I can't get absorption right. And if I can't get absorption right, I'll never get the calcium, magnesium I need from nutrients, or the amino acids I need from food I'm eating. Does that make sense? Zinc is fundamental in how your stomach operates. And you're only as good as your stomach. If your stomach is wrecked and you're not digesting well, if you're on antacids, if you're taking a Pepto-Bismol or a Gaviscon, if they even make that anymore, praise God, there's an answer, a better answer, and it isn't just symptom suppression. Selenium, great for the thyroid in conversion. T4, the inactive hormone from your thyroid, to T3, which is the active hormone. Many people don't realize a Brazil nut a day could be enough, but it might not be. So don't just settle. You be ideally dialed in here. Chromium, we use that to regulate blood sugar. Copper, regulate all kinds of things when it comes to calcium, magnesium, and copper, and manganese, which is going to be all soft tissue tendons and ligaments. Boron, oh my gosh, boron's in our T-force. Boron is in my minerals. One of the things that turned me on to boron is I was at a aquaponics seminar back many moons ago and fell in love with that concept. Just never been able to integrate it in my world yet. Maybe one day. I just need to get on it, I guess. But this guy got up from the back, and he was from Canada, and he was a marijuana grower in Canada, because he said where he lived there was no other growing options. You didn't grow broccoli, no avocados. He had to learn how to do hydroponics, and he sold medicinal marijuana. Well, boron was one of his fundamental nutrients that he was researching, and was talking about how it regulated sex drive, how it regulated men and female hormones, how it regulated the absorption of other nutrients in our body. I mean, really fascinating stuff. Boron. And it makes me think of, just how simple life is, but yet we don't walk around and go, man, I need some boron in my life. You know what I mean? And iodine, what is it doing? It's regulating how the diesel engine, the thyroid, is working for you. So if you want healthy thyroid, healthy, strong immune system, a good, strong blood sugar balance, if you want energy, if you want good hormones, you got to dial into this conversation with me, because it's your life, your health, your choice. And I have a program that you can follow. Just put one of the topics here: thyroid, energy, blood sugar, immunity, hormones, and we'll send you our free book on how to get better mineral absorption and how to get the right minerals into your body. I'd love to see you have that and dial into our programs. Why we are losing minerals day in and day out? Stress. Burn the candle at three ends, and you see everything burning out. Lots of exercise. Maybe you're overtraining. Maybe you're oversweating. Maybe you're riding on. I had this one guy go do a sauna, infrared sauna. He was on his tractor and he did a foot bath all in one day. And he had his body shifted into AFib. And you go, I thought those were good for me. And I know somebody's going to splice this, right? And they're going to make it as if I just said those things cause that. That is not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is you can overdo things and deplete your body. Like I was telling you earlier, I was in the sun too long, sweated too much, and I needed to double down on my minerals to get my body to shut down and stay down through the night. Easy peasy. So if you are somebody that has a mineral sign and symptom of what we've discussed thus far, heart palpitations, headaches, if you have some cramping in your body somewhere, if you're fatigued, if you get in afternoon crashes and you notice when you drink water or take a break, get your some electrolytes or minerals flowing, you feel better, you're somebody that could be just not getting enough minerals in your day-to-day mineral pack. Processed foods. Dude, if you eat make-believe food, the best you'll ever have is make-believe health. It's the truth. And the Bible says the truth sets free, so I want you to really get this. Coffee, you got to understand. I'm not saying you can't drink coffee. Most people drink processed garbage coffee that's full of mold. That is the problem, okay? So coffee by itself does dehydrate you, but most people it's the sugar and the chemicals that they're putting in their coffee that's wrecking them. So many people come in and they can't give up the creamer. They can't give up these sugars. They can't stop doing the decorative coffees. Man, if you like coffee, then learn to drink coffee. And if you don't like coffee, shop.justlivewell.com. You can put some of our Greens 8000. You can put some of our Gut Force in your coffee to taste, and it will give you a flavor that is going to be beneficial for you and will combat the loss of minerals that you do lose when you take in caffeine. But just make sure that you're taking my multivitamin, my Energy Force, my Mineral Force, and my Omega Force, and you will have a decent amount of baseline nutrients that will give you grace to indulge in some coffee and not completely deplete yourself. No big deal. Alcohol, poor digestive sleep patterns, digestive issues. Oh my gosh. Which one you want to talk about? I can't make sugar good for you. I can't make alcohol good for you. So you got to understand that if you're putting in garbage and poison and things that wreck your health, I'm telling you, you're going to have to do a lot more work to combat it than just to understand that the symptoms you have are being caused by your choices. And again, I know holidays come up. I understand events and life activities expect you to participate in. There's many hacks that I do. Like one of my favorite alcohol hacks is to have people hold sparkling water and bitters in their drink at a business event. No one knows that they're not drinking a mixed drink and they're healthy, happy, and whole. And bitters are gentian, very good for digestion. So when they do eat, they're not going to have digestive issues, and that's a win. And they're going to sleep better because they didn't stress their liver out. That's a win. You see what I'm saying? And my mom always used to teach me, like, look, if you do go to a party, hold one drink all night long. No one knows if you refilled it. They just want to see that you got something in your hand. Or just tell them, I don't do that stuff. I'm not interested. Hey, whatever choice you need, many people just need options and permission to stay the course. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. Yes, it is. It's your life, your health, your choice. So stop losing minerals. You don't have to be that person. So if you find, again, the checklist is in favor of mineral deficiencies, afternoon crashes, restless legs, brain fog, salty cravings, poor recovery, muscle cramping, constipation, one of my favorite topics of conversation that I deal with everybody on, trouble sleeping, man, drchopawellness.com. Tons of resources to help you live your best, be your best. You've got to get plugged in. You've got to dial in. You got to realize you can stop this. And by the way, did you know you can just eat good food, foods without a label? How about magnesium? Rich in real foods like avocado and salmon. What about potassium? What about calcium, sodium, green leafy vegetables? Heck, I get a lot of it and believe you get a lot of it from the proteins that we put in our body. You don't have to just eat veggies. If you don't like veggies, don't eat veggies. Eat meat. But don't reach to bread and cereal and pasta and rice because you need some filler foods because you're not getting enough rich nutrients and real foods dialed in your body, okay? You've got to recognize that if you're hungry, you're not eating enough food. If you're hungry and you can't control your portions and there's no exercise, then that's a digestive issue. The bugs are craving what they're craving and causing your cortisol to get out of balance and causing you to fall back into the pits and valleys diet or the spikes, the peaks and valleys diet where you're looking for sugar spikes to manage your blood sugar through food. And that just is digestion. So that's where we have to come in and lift the trash off the walls of your intestine, improve that underlying real estate so that you get better digestive absorption after we can break down things in our stomach. Stomach first. Mineral absorption, vitamin absorption, B vitamin manufacturing, neurotransmitter manufacturing, detoxification, proper excretion, all happens in the gut after that. And it requires a boatload of nutrients. Okay, these are important. So make sure you're eating real foods and you will get real nutrients. So hydration mistakes that a lot of people do, I've kind of mentioned already. You're drinking too many sodas. You're getting into too many energy drinks. You're getting into too much coffee that has too much sugar or processed ingredients. Sometimes you just need more plain water and add some salt to it. My daughter literally puts 2 shakes and pray, 2 shakes, a quarter teaspoon, half teaspoon of salt in her water. And she drinks it all the time. She doesn't even do electrolytes, she just does the salt water. Some people don't like salt water, so put a quarter teaspoon of my salt, wellness salt in your hand, throw it back, drink it down, win. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So if you still feel tired, if you still feel like water's just not enough, that depends on the balance. Again, we got to then go look at electrolytes, then not from Gatorade, by the way, not from energy drinks. We got to look at real electrolytes, real minerals, and you'll start seeing this pattern of water not satisfy begin to be more satisfying. Prolonged sweating, if you get or illness can dilute a chronic illness or a heavy hitter illness like the flu can knock you on your butt and make your sodium, potassium, magnesium levels dip. Your zinc will obviously dip, and that's where we've got to get in there and restore those tissues. So I can't tell you how many times I've had the flu 3 times in my entire 21 years of practice. The first 2 years when I was building the thing, and then when about 10 or 11 years ago, I guess I just got overworked with different activities and I crashed. And 3 days after the illness started, even though I felt like garbage, I started a detox. Because putting in those nutrients and taking out anything of processed food nature gave my body the boost that it needed to turn on the liver, that turned on the thyroid, that turned on my body's exit strategies and my immune system strategies to fight back the good fight of faith and make the system run more better. Is that even a way to speak? Run more better? I don't think so. But I am guilty of a public school education, so sometimes that does happen. However, if you need nutrients, you've got to eat them. You've got to sometimes pour them in through vitamins, and sometimes a detox is the right environment to flush the trash, toxins, waste, and debris out and lift the body up. And it is a foundational repair program that will reset you, rebuild you. 42 days a year, you've got to be doing this and you will thrive. So notice I said I got sick 3 times in 21 years. I'm not ashamed of that. That just means that my body did get run down. I'm human. Hello. So do you. And that's my point, that when we take care of our bodies, we get sick very infrequent, but when we take care of our bodies, the intensity doesn't knock us on our butts so bad that we can't get it out of bed and get going again. And number 3 is it's a strategy that I'm giving my body to reboot, repair, and I'm listening to the signs. The fact that my body got sick means that it was weak. My minerals got low. And that is a key check engine light that you got to just pay attention to and realize if you are getting sick often or having these symptoms often, you need to change your game. So electrolytes are trending. You're seeing more and more people reaching for cool elements and Ultima refreshers. And I talk a lot about salt because summer heat, fitness culture, social media wellness trends, increased awareness of hydration. It is this simple. Keep it simple. There's the old KISS principle. Reality check. Most people are doing extreme things like peptides, or they're doing extreme things like surgeries, and no one's teaching about the basics. I mean, you don't want to do a surgery anyway and have low minerals. You'll have terrible recovery no matter the surgery. If you're doing a volunteer surgery, we want to ask you the questions why. What hasn't been working and why? And oftentimes it's something as simple as getting the basics in order. What are you eating for breakfast? What are you eating for dinner? Are you doing any intermittent fasting? Are you taking a multivitamin, a multimineral, and an essential fatty acid? If you're not, that's why you need a coach. These doctors are just doing these elective surgeries, and heck, heaven forbid, you're somebody that's been, victimized by somebody tampering with your stomach. Whew, that's the biggest pet peeve of mine, especially for the babies. These babies are getting whacked when it comes to antacids because of colic. Well, we're feeding them garbage. We're not giving them mom's breast milk, or mom's eating so much garbage herself that her breast milk is now irritating to the baby. And I'm not trying to mommy guilt you. I'm just trying to help you understand that this is how it works. And your baby's fine. Don't put an antacid in there. You're fine. Don't put an antacid in there. We may have to work at fixing your acid balance, your mineral balance, and that's the art of functional medicine, is giving you the power in order to fix this issue. And sometimes it is as simple as drink more water. You're just a desert wasteland in there. You're running too hot and your radiator's overheating and it's burning up your engine and it's making your body completely convulse in some weird way, and that's what you're feeling. So pay attention to the signs and don't expect easy signs to be something extreme and diagnostic. It could be as simple as I don't drink enough water, or I don't get enough nutrients from my food. So instead of how much water should you drink, although I do have a number, are your cells hydrated? That's what you really want to ask. Are you absorbing nutrients? That's what you really want to ask. Is stress depleting your minerals? Like, where's your stress on a 0 to 10 scale? If you're a 7, 8, 9, or a 10, if you're nervous, overwhelmed, anxious, panicky, guess what? You've got mineral problems. Is your gut absorbing the nutrients you eat? Well, we need to talk that out, because if you're not pooping 2 to 3 times a day, if you have a detox in a year, you're way behind schedule. And I'm trying to help you see that it's your life, it's your health, it's your choice, and you got to plan this stuff out and strategize this stuff out. Even if you do 4 10-day runs. 4 10-day runs is 40 days. It still works. And that's totally cool. I don't mind you doing it that way. What's your body telling you? Reading the signs. It's one of my favorite seminars I ever took, reading the signs. So simple daily habits: eat whole foods, stay hydrated, sleep 7 to 9 hours, manage stress, eat mineral-rich foods, replenish electrolytes after heavy or exercise or illnesses, and you will thrive. I know that sounds so easy. Why isn't it working? Well, this might be where there's some other things that we can do. We can do lymphatic washes. We can do gallbladder flushes. We can do digestive cleanses. We can do whole body cleanses. Guys, cardiovascularly speaking, neurologically speaking, I can cleanse anything in your body. You just got to be willing to get under care and follow through with the recommendations to the best of your ability and stick with it long enough. Know that this is not a short game. This is the long game. You know, I love what my mom says. She's almost 80 years old, and she says, you know, I just wake up and I just know I got to do what I got to do. I got to take care of me. And yes, I still cheat on things, Aaron, you know, and I know it to your chagrin, but I'm working at it. And you know what? That's exciting, because over the last 20 plus years, although we've had a few little mishaps here and there, at the end of the day, we're still drug free. We have won more battles than we've lost, and we're still working at it. Praise be the Lord. And the lady is go-getter. She is a go-getter, and that's what we all want. Fully functional in spirit, mind, and body all the days of our lives. You know, it pains me when I hear families members that are aging, that are less than 70 years old, and they have symptom patterns like 90-year-olds, or dementia patterns, or, you know, major health issues. And I know no one gets out of here alive. I don't have a fountain of youth pill, but I do have tools to help your body thrive in a world that's causing you to be sick. And so that's why these simple practices matter. Your body doesn't just need water, it needs restoration, it needs mineral repletion, it needs B vitamin, and it needs essential fatty acids. So what symptoms are you struggling with most? Put it in the comments below. Fatigue, headaches, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, skin issues, infertility, sleep issues, name it. I'm telling you, just drop it down. I'm kind of curious. And I'm going to bet you, if you analyze your water intake, your electrolyte intake, your healthy salt intake, remember, no Polish salt, no India salt, and no German salt, and you're in a better position to have higher quality salt, or you can just call my office. shop.justlivewell.com. We can ship you what you need. We got all kinds of vitamins and nutrients and support tools and programs to teach you more about how to take your health more seriously and by the bull by the horns. Your life, your health, your choice. Your vim, vigor, and vip. Your energy throughout the day matters. Your family is counting on you. So take out your phone, hit this QR code that's on this screen, and it'll take you to our master's class. And it'll allow us to learn more about you and teach you about some of the programs that we have that are wellness communities. These are all my social medias. Follow us, like us. Make sure you pick your best channel. TikTok's even up there. And so on this it's not, but it's out there. So I'm on every platform there is, and I'm just trying to teach people how to do their best, live their best day in and day out. So I want to say thank you. This is Dr. Chapa signing out. And remember, Dr. Chapa loves you. You guys rock.